Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has now moved the Supreme Court against the High Court order that had stalled his bail. Arvind Kejriwal has filed a fresh plea against the High Court order that had refused to quash his arrest by the CBI. Remember, as Arvind Kejriwal was granted bail in the case against him by the Enforcement Directorate, the CBI swooped in literally to arrest him at that very hour, ensuring that he continues to remain in jail. So, fresh plea by the Delhi Chief Minister there in the Supreme Court against the order of the High Court, with Manish Sisodia now out on bail in the Delhi excise policy case. It remains to be seen whether bail will be granted to Arvind Kejriwal as well. Sunil Prabhu joining us with the very latest. Sunil, what more can you tell us?
Well, as expected, Mr. Singhvi, who had told NDTV, as you remember, on Friday, has mentioned this before the Chief Justice of India, and the Chief Justice of India asked them to send an email in this regard. They have already moved, and as Mr. Singhvi pointed out to the Chief Justice, there are already, he is on bail on 3 matters, and this is pending the CBI case, and hopefully the Chief Justice of India will list it tomorrow for an appropriate bench. After, of course, Manish Sisodia's case, where Justice Gawai as well as Justice K.V. Viswanathan have given their ruling, it's now become clear that anybody in the excise case, today Kavita's case is also coming up, it will now become quite, the base for giving them bail, unless, of course, there are some huge flight risks that are not being followed. So, as they said, bail is the rule. Jail is the exception. That's going to be what is going to happen in most of these cases, but we'll have to wait and see, because each one will have to go through that process of issuing notices and then going through that entire process. Time is of essence, but in this case, because the judicial process takes some time, it will take a few days before he's finally released.
Can you also, just break it down and just recap for the benefit of our viewers how this has played out legally so far? Because Arvind Kejriwal was granted relief in the case against him that was filed by the Enforcement Directorate, and then the CBI swooped in to, to arrest him literally at the same given time in that courtroom.
So, if you recall, and for our viewers, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was arrested during the, in the run-up to the elections. Subsequently, the Supreme Court gave him relief and allowed him to campaign. He was then asked to go back to jail, which he did. And then after that, the Supreme Court gave its verdict, where they had ensured that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal will be released. But in the meantime, the CBI filed a case related to the same excise matter, and it's in that backdrop now that the Supreme Court will hear this fresh CBI arrest that had taken place and the bail in this respect, which has been rejected.